Alright fighters, so today we're going to be finding out something very interesting, and that is what's the difference between a weight cut for a same day weigh-in versus a day before weigh-in. Now a lot of guys will tend to, and girls obviously, will tend to use the same methods on a same day weigh-in than they would on a day before weigh-in, and the reason why this is such a problem is because you've got to take into account the number one priority, which is how you can perform on the night or on the day of the fight. So the thing that we've got to consider is pretty obvious but overlooked. You've got to look at the time gap in between the weigh-in and the fight itself. So if you've only got 2 hours in between the weigh-in and the fight, which a lot of amateur boxers, Muay Thai athletes will have in Thailand, or in any other form of combat sports athlete, you have only got a significant amount that you can refuel and rehydrate before it actually starts to have a problem. However, if you're on a day before weigh-in, you've obviously got a bigger time period. You've got 24 hours to 36 hours. Depends on the sport. Sometimes MMA, UFC, Muay Thai, professional boxing have got day before weigh-in. Sometimes you've got same day weigh-ins. But the bigger the time gap basically means the more amount of weight you can cut on the week of the fight. But what we've got to really understand, and as I say, prioritise, is how you can perform on your fight and how your energy levels can be, because believe it or not, the more weight you cut, the more you've got to replenish. So even if you're on a 24 hours or 36 hours weigh-in, the more you're cutting, the more detrimental it's going to be to your performance, because at the end of the day, it's rapid weight loss. We're not losing body fat. You're going to have to dehydrate your body. You're going to have to reduce your sodium. You're going to have to reduce your carbs. And you're going to have to make a lot of drastic changes to your diet at once. It's not like fat loss where you need to do everything gradually, step by step, and give it time. It's rapid weight loss. We're going to bring the weight down and return you back to your normal body weight in order to obviously make weight for the fight. But let me tell you what the difference is. So on a same day weigh-in, what you're going to do is you're going to actually keep in your carbohydrates. You're going to keep your carbohydrates. I mean, it depends on how much you've got to cut, but I always go up. You can be 200 grams, 300 grams. Okay, you need to keep them in, because you're going to understand that if you deplete your glycogen stores and your carbs, your body's going to have to resynthesize it. It's going to have to string together these multiple strings of glucose, attach them to water inside your muscles, and that's going to take anywhere up to 36 hours, 24 to 36 hours, depending on various different factors. So you can't afford to deplete these carbs. The key that you're going to do on this same day weigh-in is you're going to keep the carbs in, but you're going to lower the volume and the weight of the foods that you're eating. So instead of eating these big, heavy, dense meals like your pastas and stuff like that, what you're going to do is you're going to start eating things like rice cakes. You're going to have jam on toast, honey on toast. You're going to have Nutella bagels. You're going to have Squares bars, you're going to have flapjacks, you're going to have oat biscuits, things like this, which aren't going to make you weigh much. And what you can do is keep yourself active throughout the fight week. So just keep it light touches on the bag, maybe light jogging, light skipping. Don't be wearing sweatsuits or anything like that. Just keep it active, because if you eat food which weighs less and you're active as well, guess what happens? You're going to burn it off, and it's not going to have too much of an effect on your scale weight. It's really simple. So what you're going to do is you're going to do that, lower the weight of your foods, and then what you're also going to do is lower the fibre content in your diet. Will typically go to around 10 grams. The reason why we're going to do this is because fibre is what we call an indigestible carbohydrate. So whenever you consume a food which is high in fibre, your body doesn't actually digest the fibre. It's still going to remain in your body. And obviously you've got different types of fibre, your soluble and insoluble, which I'm not going to go into in this video, because I don't want to confuse you. So this is what you're going to do. Like I said, keep the carbs high, lower the fibre, lower the food volume, and that's pretty much it. Okay, and then you're just going to keep tracking the weight throughout the week of the fight, and you're going to then know how much you've got to lose. Don't forget this, a lot of guys will do this where they'll change all the diet and they'll just come to weigh-in and they'll just guess it and wing it and hope for the best that they're on weight. But just keep checking your weight morning, afternoon and in the evening, so you know what you've got to go on. Whatever you don't track, you can't measure. Just remember that. But let's look at a day before weigh-in. So a day before weigh-in, actually before I get into this, on a same day weigh-in, the maximum you want to be cutting is 2 kilograms as well. 2 kilograms, no more than that. Okay, now day before weigh-in, what we're going to do is on a day before weigh-in, we're going to understand we've got that bigger time gap, so we can make more changes and adjustments to your diet. So same as the same day weigh-in, you're going to lower your fibre intake to 10 grams, you're going to lower your food volume and the weight of your foods. But what you're also going to do is 2 days before, you're going to reduce your salt and your sodium intake. I see a lot of fighters take out the salt and sodium way too early, and that can lead to muscle cramps, and you don't really need to take out. It's it's rather unnecessary. So 2 days before, sodium's around 500,000 milligrams, so just stop salting your food and avoid any salt or heavy sodium seasoning, Cajun seasoning, ready-made seasonings, things like that. And obviously ready meals as well, which are going to have hidden amounts, high amounts of sodium. So you're going to do that. And what you're going to do is you're going to start by lowering your carbohydrates. Now, typically what we will do is we do this around 7 to 10 days before the actual weighing happens. So you're going to do it gradually, and it really is simple. So the more you've got to cut, the more you're going to reduce your carbohydrate intake. And we typically would reduce your carbs around 135, 150 grams. I'll probably go to 150 grams because it's not going to have too much of a detrimental effect on your performance. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep these carbs close to your training, then away from your training session, you're just going to lower them. But what you're going to do is, when you get to the week of the fight, you're first going to check your weight on the Monday. So most of the time you're going to have the weigh on the Friday morning, on the fight on the Saturday night, or Saturday during the day, or whatever. But on the Monday, what you're going to do is you're going to further reduce your carbs. So you're going to reduce them to around, you can go 75 grams all the way up to 100 grams, depending on, again, how much weight you've got to cut. And I can guarantee, guys, if you follow these tips I was giving you in this video regarding the differences between cutting weight for a same day and a day before weighing, whether you're a boxer, you're a Muay Thai fighter, you're an MMA fighter, you're a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu athlete, you're in bare knuckle fighting, you will see a massive difference when it comes to getting that weight off faster, but most importantly, performing well, being at your maximum capabilities and not gassing out in the early rounds, because too many guys use the wrong methods and use the same methods for the same day and day before weight. But you're not going to do that now because you've watched this video. But listen, enough for me going on now. You've got all the information you need step by step so you can apply and implement it and see these changes which are going to change your career. So if you like this information, give me a subscribe for more. Take care, guys.